All right, welcome back. So today we are on the sledge because of that problem. I think there's more damage that the skate park did than we are aware of, because the body's getting a little hard to get on, and I feel some things are bent, especially this rear shock tower. And so because of that, we are going to look into it. We're going to pull it off and take a look and see if the sledge has truly suffered some damage from the 12 battery packs and my bad driving. This thing has been pretty bulletproof, and it hasn't really. The wing itself is bent up, and it's been bent up for a while. And it has broken off some of these wing support deals here. So the wing is cracked, but this is severely twisted. So I do notice that it is pulled out from here, but I have a feeling this tower is bent, which, if that's truly the case, then we're going to need us some Basher Queen towers. Screw is a little bent, and this screw pulled out. So this tower is really suffering this wing mount. But for all the bad crashes, it's not too bad. What I'm concerned with is this whole tower is leaning forward, and by looking at it with the wing off, it definitely is bent forward. But is what it is. We're going to get all this stuff taken apart. Let's see how hard it is. God, this thing feels really bent. That should come off. And then center bolt. think I need to loosen these cover. Oh, just gonna take these bolts out. Well, there you have it. Bent as can be. So now we're gonna have to straighten this thing out. So I'll get the standoffs off, or the next thing. I think it's gonna be time for some Basher Queen products. All right, alignment tool. We're going to get this bent piece of metal. God, that thing is severely bent. We're going to get it straightened out. Be right back. All right. Got it all straightened out. Now we're going to get this thing back on. So I believe it goes this way. What's funny is when it's straight, you can't slip it back in because of that. So what I am going to do is pop the cover back. Oh, there's a screw from the bottom in the middle that goes through that is plugged with dirt. Then we should be able to get that cover back now. So that we can slip this in. Oh, and my little bushing's falling out. My little fuel line. find all right, went ahead and found my little fuel tubing that has to go in here. And then get my shocks bolted down. And this is a part of bashing, and that's why I like the aluminum shock towers, but I might switch them over to carbon fiber, hoping that they'll withstand some of those impacts, and maybe I'll just be down to wing supports again. Not sure, but I am going to order up another wing support, even though I can still use this one. It is cracked right there, but what I'm going to end up doing is running a big flat washer in there on both of them in hopes that it doesn't pull out again. And I might even plastic weld that, just to add some strength to it. All right. And our wing mount support. Hey, look at that. The wing is straight. So my biggest thing is seeing how the body fits back. There we go. So if you looked in the video, I was having a hard time getting this body back on. And now we are straight. I do have 2 more bolts that I have to stick in back here for the wing. There we go. So I am going to have to order another wing mount. But I think I bent this one a while ago. And so I'm going to order a new wing and wing mount. But for all the bashing and all the hard landings I had, what I have to do is adjust the rear brakes. Because with this taller gearing, when I hit the brake control, the motor doesn't have enough to slow down that tall gearing. So in the air, every time I was jamming on the brakes, it wasn't quick like before. It was way too slow. It didn't have that rotation to bring the front back down. So it was constantly landing on the rear wing. So all that damage was my fault. And on the Arma, on the EXB, where I cracked the bearing carrier, there's the old one. New parts came in. So I've already got that on. I did that on off camera. And I have some new connectors I need to put on to the EXB. And then Basher Queen had sent over this carbon fiber mount, which I'll show you guys, on the EXB, that took the place of this on the ESC, so that I had a place to mount my switch. So we'll show all that, but I wanted to do the damage report on the sledge because I just had it at the skate park, had a blast, and even though it drove home, we had a rear shock tower pretty bent up, which it's an easy fix. You take it off, you hammer it straight. I've done it to a couple of my Armas. It does happen, but I'm going to look into getting the carbon fiber towers from Basher Queen and probably give that a shot on the sledge. Maybe make it a little lighter. If not lighter, at least a little stronger. And if I break the carbon fiber, stuff's guaranteed for life. So Basher Queen will always give you another one. But I can always put the stock ones back on. I'm trying to make this one better because I think it deserves it. Everything I put this RC through, I haven't had an RC yet that I've beat up like this, even more than my X-Maxes, and haven't had a severe problem yet. So adding the sway bars did help. I'm going to try to go probably up on the sway bar in the front, go to a thicker one. I'm going to take the front one and move it to the rear and do like a medium soft on my settings, and then try to hit the skate park again and see how that does. But like I said, good or bad, we show everything on this channel. The gears are super quiet. I'm also going to hook up my Castle Link again. Even though I deleted the app out of my phone, I'll have to re-download it. I need to get into this ESC with the Castle Link. I need to up the brakes, and then I need to save the settings. So, so that it's assigned to this RC, so that anytime I turn on that remote controller, it automatically puts it to where I had it before. Because all the changes I made, because I didn't save anything, as soon as I turn off the controller and turn off my phone, everything goes back to standard settings. So, and this thing had really good brakes before, and I don't anymore. The center diff, adding that little bit of fluid, if you saw the speed passes I made on road with this thing, tires ballooned perfectly. On the grass, same thing, at least on the grass. Grass is the heaviest load to heating up motors, and that's why I did the speed rips, 4 speed rips on grass, full trigger, well, as close to full as I can get. 3/4 trigger, almost full trigger. This gearing, it's going to be hard to go 70 miles an hour on dirt, bashing, grass, any of that stuff. But grass is usually the worst for this. It creates the highest load, even more so than dirt. That would heat up the motor faster running on tall grass than anywhere else. And that's why I ripped it on grass, and the maximum I can get out of this thing was 120. So, you know, we have another 60 to go, because I run my motors up to 180 to 200. And, you know, they're always good. When you start getting up to 210, 220, that's when you start causing some severe motor damage. A lot of people like to run their motors no more than, you know, 150, 160 degrees. That's not me. I know I have warm weather coming, and that's why I'm checking all this stuff now. But there you go, guys. My first damage on the sledge was that rear wing mount and the rear shock tower. I bent that up pretty good. Now, I did see one other video of somebody bending his rear shock towers. He didn't realize it was bent, kind of like me. I think it was bent for a while, and the skate park just finished it off. But he went to put the Basha Queen's carbon fiber towers on, and when he pulled his off, you know, it was pretty bent up, just like mine was. But there we go, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Tell me, is that a bad thing to have the shock tower bend like that? Does that make this RC not worth buying for the price point? For me, I don't think it does. As you see, hammer, put it on the floor in the garage, which is the flattest surface I have, hammer it flat, and that's why I took everything off of it, including the pedestal mounts for the shocks, or the shock standoffs, if you will. Get everything off of it, lay it flat to where the bulge is facing up, and take your hammer and couple whacks, make sure it's nice and flat, put it back on, and that's it. So there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. Still haven't broke the body, which I'm shocked. For some reason, the wheels and everything really protect this body. I haven't ripped it in the back, haven't ripped it on the side. I have had some front impacts, but I haven't ripped the body at all. Even the Hell Yeah Brother sticker is still on it, doing well. But there we go. Body's going back on and off, nice and straight, wings straight. We'll go out and keep sending it until something snaps to where I have to buy a part for it. But so far, the upgrades I've made were just for my gear changes, which is adding the regulator and game changer fan, doing amazing. And added a little bit of center diff fluid just because I was gearing up. It wasn't a necessity. I was happy with the way the center diff was with the previous gearing, but knowing that the front tires were ballooning as big as they did, going to the maximum gearing, I needed the power equal to all 4 tires, as equal as I can get it, with still diffing out on some impacts or landing on power. You kind of want that center diff to diff out, and that's why I didn't choose earplugs, because I don't want to start bending drive axles and bending center shafts or ruining diff cups. I just don't want to do any of that with this RC. I truly like this RC out of the box, the way it comes. I want to gear it up because I want to get more rotations in the air. quicker, which I'm there. As you see, I tap the trigger, it gets a ton of rotations. Now the problem is I don't have the braking. So the braking, I believe, is only at 40%, 50%. We have another 50% to go. So I'm going to increase it to 75. That should give me enough for this RC. If it doesn't, I'll add 100%. Because even at 100%, I might want to do some front flips with this thing. Who knows? So far, I'm in love with this RC. I'm going to keep running it. I'm going to keep putting battery packs through it. We're going to see how those electronics take it. And we're going to see how the tires are taking it, how they're holding up. Re-gluing them for me has truly fixed it. Redoing the mesh with the gearing that I have in there. Not running an arm pinion because it doesn't mesh up with the 46 properly. With the 46 spur. But that low-C gear seems to be working really good. Somebody asked me for the number of that low-C gear. And it's funny because I showed it in the video, but I think I edited it out. So I'm going to have to look for that that low-C number. And I will get it to you guys. High Desert Hobbies is having a hobby swap meet Saturday, May 7th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come get some deals on some used RC stuff. I'm actually going to bring some stuff to this. So I got some tires that are bins of tires that I'm going to get rid of really cheap. I've got some limitless stock bodies I'm going to get rid of that have never ran. I've got a few things that I think I'm going to take to this meet. And if you guys want to meet up with me there, High Desert Hobby, phone number's down at the bottom. It's out in Palmdale, California. It's called High Desert Hobbies. It'll be in the parking lot. So everyone's welcome. It's only for 3 hours. Come down, say hi. But might even get rid of a couple RCs while I'm down there. But there we go, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.